Hello and welcome to this new Android development tutorial. This is part 5 of how to make a video player application for Android. In the previous video we started setting up the video player activity.java file, but we didn't finish, so in this video we will finish it. Okay, so we left this like hide in the system UI and we created the hide system UI method. So for you to remember, we were working setting all this stuff in order for us to play video inside the onCreate method. Okay, so we still have to set some stuff in order for make our video player work perfectly. So with this hide system UI call, we are kind of done with the onCreate method. After this, we will override the unsafe instance method. For that, we go ahead and type at override that this method will enable us to save the data, okay, like the position of the video when the user closes the app. So on save instance state, okay, and we'll pass bundle saved instance state. As you can see, if we open this method, we have to call the super method by saying super dot on save instance state, save the instance state. Pretty simple, okay? Now we will store the video, we will save the video into our shared preferences, basically, or actually save the instance state, okay? So you can say if my video view is different than null, we'll go ahead and say saved instance state that put int, and the key will be position, and we will pass my video view that get current position. Okay, so we're getting the current position of the video and we're passing this, and we can now pause the video view if we want. So my video view dot pause. Okay, so now we will override the onRestore instance state. We'll get that value. So we're gonna say override public void onRestore instance state. As you can see right here, we'll pass bundle saved instance state. As you can see, we call the super method super.onRestore instance state, saved instance state. Oh, we have a typo here. I forgot an S. Instance. Okay, great. Okay. Now, after we call the super method, we will get the position we saved previously. For that, we set position, which is a global variable, will be set to saved instance state that get int position. Okay, great. So we're getting the position right now, and we will try to seek to that position. For that, we're gonna check if mPlayer is different than null. We're gonna say mPlayer dot seek to position. Okay. Else, if it didn't work with that approach, we'll create a kind of new try, which will be if my video view is different than null. I'm gonna say my video view that seek to position I think this should work. I'm not that sure, but I think it should work. Okay. Now that is when we unrestore the instance state of our activity. Okay, so that's great. Now when we pause the application, the activity, in this case, we have to do some stuff too. So we'll go and override protected void on pause. Okay, and inside this method we will go and say, so we will call the super method last in this case, because we want to first do all the pausing stuff. So if mPlayer is different than null, we'll go ahead and say if my video view is different than null, okay, we will say, so first, if mPlayer is different than null, we will pause it right away. So mPlayer dot pause. Okay, as simple as that. Now, if my video view is different than null, we will save the position. So we are saving the position in two different ways, using the save instance state and the on pause. Maybe one of them doesn't work, so we will hope the other works. So position will be get current position, okay, and we will save this by saying reference manager dot get default shared preferences and get application context. Okay, and to edit shared preference, we have to call the method that edit right here, and we want to put int, so put int. Okay, and in this case we'll print position, so say position and position. So first with as a string and then as the integer position, and we say apply. Okay, so we're saving the position right there. Okay, and after this we can go, and we also should check when mPlayer is null. So sometimes this happens, you know, mPlayer will be null and we have to check it again. So else, if it's null, then we do else if we'll check my video view is different than null. We just checked it before, but that was a different case, but we can make this smaller, but for now we'll just leave it there. So okay, position equals my video view dot get current position. Okay, and we will pause, saying my video view dot pause. Okay, and we will basically do the same we did previously, that is to save the position to shared preferences. Okay, so we will just copy this. Maybe we can clean up the code later, but for now we will pause and copy this. Okay, maybe we should call this before pausing. Okay, so that's great. After that we can call super on pause and we are there. Now we have the app, we want the app to have full screen capabilities all the time, not only when we call the hide system UI. So to enable the app to have full screen capabilities all the time, we override the on Windows focus change method. So we're going to say override public void on window focus changed. Okay, and as parameter will be boolean has focus. Okay, and we call the super method super super that on Windows focus changed, we pass the has focus parameter here, and we will say if it has focus. So if it has focus, then hide system UI. So this will enable us to have full screen, full time. Okay, great. Now, what if we want to go back to the previous application when the app was when the back button was pressed? Okay, great. So we have to, but we don't want to destroy everything, you know. So for that, what we will do is we will create the on back pressed button. So we go and say public public void on back pressed. So make sure you type it correctly, on back pressed. Okay. And now we will kind of show a dialog that will enable us to ask the user if it wants to close the app or if want to just to close, you know, to not close the app, you know. Okay, for that we're gonna create a dialog interface, the on-click listener actually first, in this way, because we can do that. So dialog interface that on-click listener. We'll call this dialog click listener, and we will set this to new dialog interface. It's not on cancel, it's on click listener. So new dialog interface on click listener. Okay. Oh, I did it wrong. Sorry. So here I created a on cancel listener. That's not what we want. We want a click listener. So on click listener. Now we can go here and say new dialog interface on click listener, and it works as we want. Okay, so inside the on click method, we're gonna say if we want to get which button was clicked. So if which equals dialog interface that button positive, we will do something. And else if else if which equals dialog interface that button negative, will do something else. Okay, so in the first case, if the button is positive, we will be asking, the dialog will be asking to close app or kind of close video, basically. Close app or close video, you know? Two different things. One will be positive, one will be negative. Okay. If the positive button is clicked, we will just move the task to back. Okay, so you can say move task to background true, which is non-root. We're non-root, so say true. So in the negative button, we will start the activity and we will show. So we will go back to the activity that shows the videos list, and we will also tell the activity to show a button that will say continue watching if you want to continue watching this video. Okay, so you can say intent equals to new intent with player.this, and we will go and launch main activity.class. Okay, but we could say intent.put extra, and here we have to put the video activity intent as first parameter, and the second parameter we will use the show continue watching preferences. So what these preferences are for? Well, basically these preferences enable us to know what is the current state and what is being asked for us. So we will say show continue watching, okay, because that's what we want to show. Okay, great. So that's the put extra functionality we're adding right here. And now we are, I think, almost done with this. Okay, let me see. We have added the positive button and the negative button, as you can see, but we still are not showing the dialog, so we have to show the dialog. Of course, and we go outside the click listener, and we will say, okay, we first end this with a semicolon, and here we will say alert dialog that builder, and we will call this builder if you want. Say new alert dialog that builder past this context. Okay, and then we're gonna say builder that set message, and we'll call set message, and the message we will send is, do you want to exit? So exit question mark. Okay, and outside it we're gonna say set positive button, and the positive button will be close app, and of course the listener will be dialog click listener, as you can see right here. And we also have to set negative button, so that next line, that set negative button, and this will be close video, and the same listener, so dialog click listener, and it will show the dialog, so that show. And now we're showing the dialog right away. So we have created the dialog, we shown the dialog, we showed the full screen view, we set some stuff in on pause, we restored instant state, we saved the instant state, we also create the on prepared and set all the initialization stuff on the on create method. And now with all that done, we have finished with our beat player activity. Okay, so our beat player activity is now finished. The next thing we have to do is to access that activity from our main activity. Okay, so we have to access the video player activity from our main activity. Okay, so we go to our main activity.java file right here, and as you can see, we don't need this video view right here, so we can delete it because we're creating the video view on its own activity. Okay, so what happens when the list view set on click listener thing is clicked? So first of all, we have to get the path of our video in order for us to be able to show the video, you know? Okay, great. So to get the path of the video, we will do the following. Okay, we have the videos listed in our list view, and now we want to to get the current video and send it. So inside the list view on item, click listener, we will write just that. We will set intent equals new intent, okay, which will be context, which will be these, okay, these, and bit player.class, okay. What's going on here? Cannot resolve constructor. Let me see. So new intent context bit player dot class. So maybe this here we can use main activity that this. Okay, that fixed this better. Okay, now we can say intent that put extra. Okay, put extra, and we'll say video activity intent, and we'll send the current video. So you're gonna say videos list that get position. Okay, so we're getting the current position, just that. Then you're gonna say start activity, and we'll pass intent, as you can see. So when an item is clicked, this will be called and will be sent this to our bitplayer.class. Okay, so we will run the app to check if that works or not. Okay, so we're wait for the compilation to end. We are installing the APK. As you can see, I have 2 videos listed. So if you don't have videos, please download them and they will appear here. If I click on one of them, I can see this opened, and as you can see, the video is playing. So I'm switching the emulator right here, and since this is a pretty small video, it already ended. But if we press the back button, we say close video or close app, and I will say close app, and the app is closed. So I will rotate the emulator again. Okay, so you can see now we're gonna open the video player again. As you can see, it still is here playing the video, as you can see. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Now we're ready to play a video on our video player. And in the next video, we will continue to add features, clean the code, and improve the UI of our application. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.